Greg Berhalter out. Didier Deschamps stays in. He remains coach of France despite that defeat, obviously, against Spain yesterday. Julien Laurens joins us to give us all the latest on that. Jules, was there ever any doubt?
Not really, Dan. Not really. We knew he had a contract until 2026 after the World Cup in the US, Mexico and Canada. And the objective was the semi-final before the start of the tournament set by the head of the French FA. So it was very likely that he was going to stay. And to be fair, the interview that Philippe Diallo, the head of the French FA, gave was like very, very clear from the beginning. He's staying, he wants to stay, we want him to stay. And regardless of the style of football, the disappointment in that semi-final, the Mbappe situation, all of that, nothing else really came into consideration. They were always going to continue together.
Are you happy with that decision, Frank?
I'm happy for Didier. I don't know if I'm happy for the French football. He had results, so nothing you can say about that. That is a main important thing for him. For the football, we always complain about the way we were playing, and we could do better. But I think it's just normal that he stays. He still have 2 years contract. The president likes him.
It's a very political answer from you, Frank.
Yeah, but what else do you want to say? You know, I don't want to declare a riot against Didier Deschamps. I mean, that's just football, and it's fine by me. You know, Zizou will have to wait a little bit more. That's it.
What kind of goal is that for France?
Yeah.
If you get to the semi-final, you're good.
Yeah, correct.
How about you get to the semi-final and your football's crap?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but that was the deal before.
By the standard of players they've got. How about you get to the semi-final and you play terribly? You're boring. How many goals they score from open play? Or how many goals they score?
One. Two. One.
That's France we're talking about. And that's enough with these players.
No, for me it's not enough. It's what I said.
Frank's not going to say it's his
football.
friend. Jules,
No, I'm
Jules,
not. I know
you're not
Frank.
happy, are you?
I'm saying
you don't want Deschamps to stay.
Listen, he said to us with this whole competition, I'm winning matches, so don't talk to me. Now he's lost. So now we can talk. Now we can talk about his substitutions yesterday. Yeah. Terrible. We can talk about his strategy for this tournament, which was all on Kylian. Everything was for Kylian. The team was built around Kylian. Everything was made for Kylian, but Kylian never showed up. And yeah, maybe he was not fit, the mask, the nose, everything we want, no problem. But your plan A and plan B and plan C and plan D and plan all the letters in the world was Kylian Mbappe. And at some point, when we all could see that Kylian Mbappe was not a good plan because he was not fully fit, he was misfiring, he was not in this, then I would have expected from Deschamps to change something, and he didn't. And until the end, he persevered with this idea that Mbappe has to stay on the pitch. It has to be all around Mbappe, this and that was a mistake, and that was wrong. So now that he lost, now we can look at it more deeply, I guess, and go back to say that he was not good enough. Should he have gone? Well, I think I would have liked to see Zinedine, to be fair, personally. I think 12 years is a very long time as an international head coach, maybe too long. And we've seen maybe in this tournament that his ideas now are not working like they used to before. So, personally, I would have liked Zidane to have a chance.
I think what it is, yeah, we want to see Zidane because we want to see a different football,
different style
more
of football,
offensive.
Yeah.
It's why we want to see a change because of that. But you cannot say, okay, Deschamps was crap. With all the results that he had, you have to, give him a little bit of credit. But it's true, and I'm with Jules. Yesterday, you have the question mark about Rabiot playing, about Mbappe playing, about even Dembele playing, and it's like Southgate. Your position or your positioning of being a coach is to make a decision, and to even if you have players who are stars or considered as stars, you have to make sure that your team is a more efficient that you can get. And for sure, Kylian Mbappe, all tournament long, wasn't the player that we were expecting to see. So maybe it would have been good to change at some point, and he didn't. And he can be criticized for that. But at the end of the day, he has the last word, and now we can discuss about it. But the president of the French Federation says he's going to carry on. So,
well, Frank, he has to play better than that in the next 2 years going forward, doesn't he?
That's always been the problem.
Exactly, that's the crux of the matter. He's been there 12 years. Why not change him on a semi-final? Why not change him and say, you know what, amazing, we got to the semi-final, but the way we played, it's been 12 years. I think we need to go to a different direction. We've got a really group of young players now. You know, the likes of N'Golo Kante, people like that are coming to the end of their tenure. Griezmann coming to the end of their tenure. We've got Barcola, we've got Zaire Emery, we've got Tchouaméni, we've got Camavinga. Why not say, new start, new boss, but our aim for the 2026 World Cup is to get back to playing with a bit of flair now, because that certainly wasn't good enough. And as Craig said, just to say, oh, we got to the semi-final, that's okay.
Yeah.
It's not. We're talking about France. It's not. Not in a tournament like this with the opposition that we've seen in this tournament.
This was the front page of L'Equipe. Was it Unmasked?
That-
Is this, Frank, how you would translate that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Basically
Unmasked,
showing-
yeah.
Yeah, Unmasked.
obviously.
yeah, maybe the truth came out. This
That's-
way they mean.
This is what Kylian Mbappe had to
Yeah.
say. My competition, it was difficult. It was a failure. We had the ambition to be European champions. I had the ambition to be European champions. We aren't that, so it's a failure. Is he getting more of the blame than Deschamps, Jules?
It's a good question, Dan. No, I don't think so. I think the broken nose maybe explains this a little bit more, because right now it seems that the analysis that we are doing back home is much more on Deschamps. Just to finish on Didier quickly, because something that I saw yesterday that I thought was absolutely damning for somebody of his standard. Because again, Frank is right. The results for this is the fourth semi-final in 5 tournaments. This is unprecedented. We've never seen any international head coach having those kind of results, right? But yesterday in that first half, when we were getting, I mean, it was a lesson that the Spanish midfield gave our midfield, right? Rabiot, Tchouaméni, Kanté were all over the place. And you could hear Deschamps saying, hey, you're 3v3 in that midfield. Sort this out. But no, it was not 3v3. You could see Nico Williams coming inside. You could see Lamine Yamal coming inside. And they were outnumbering the French midfielder. And Didier could not see it. We could all see it. You could see on television. I could see in the stadium. And Didier couldn't see. And all he was saying was like, it's 3v3 in midfield, when it was never 3v3. And before, remember the World Cup final in Qatar? After 35 minutes, it changed because we were all over the place. And that had an impact in that second half. Yesterday, he waited an hour to make a substitution where clearly we were not good enough, especially in that midfield. And that's where I'm doubting now, as he lost a bit of his magic touch that he had before. And for Kylian will, in his mind already, and somebody told me yesterday, there will always be an asterisk. And I wrote down on the piece for the website, there will always be a what if. What if I didn't break my nose in that first game against Danso, against Austria? Yeah. I don't know what would have happened, but to be fair, he was never in that tournament, and that should have been his tournament.
Well,
Good to see Jules is over
no,
it.
but yeah.
You're
Yeah,
over
Jules,
it, Jules.
You're
over it,
posting all the
Jules.
videos, obviously, when France won the quarterfinals. Where was the video of you crying yesterday?
It's uploading. It's
Oh,
uploading.
yeah. It's a long one.
The thing, the bottom line of that story and this Euro for France is Kylian Mbappe said it. He made a statement where the president of the French Federation thinks it was a good deal and semi-finalist was good.
Yeah.
Kylian Mbappe says it's a failure.
Yeah.
We should have been European champion. So it's a failure. So if your captain says that, it's up to you maybe to take a decision, but you have to listen to that.
Yeah. It's all right if you go out of the tournament playing like Germany did, when you get beaten by the best team.
Yeah.
And the best team at this moment in time is Spain.
Yeah.
So if Spain beat you playing well, scored a nice goals, you accept it.
Exactly.
But France went out with a bit of a whimper, didn't he, for the talent that they have on their disposal.
I think that was it. You took a look at the squad and the quality within the
Yes,
squad.
yes.
Obviously,
Well, Germany
you
a year
expect
ago.
more.
Listen, Germany a year, probably less than a year ago.
Oh yeah, 4 months ago.
When Nagelsmann went in off the back of Hansi Flick. Even when you're looking at it from a Scottish perspective, you had them in the opening game, you think, my God, Scotland could upset Germany here, they're that bad.
Yes.
So they actually turned their fortunes around and made a decent fist of it.
Yeah.
Where France were, all right, some of the bookies had England favourites. I think most of us thought France were favourites.
Yeah.
And yet they were just so disappointing to watch. His changes, his team selection, all those things. And that's, I think, where... And when you look at the other nations at the moment, most of them are not. Look at Italy, out. Germany, we've just talked about. England have stumbled around. Even Spain have been the best team to watch. This is by a long shot not the strongest squad. So all those things, when you look at it, this is why France should have been much stronger than what they turned up as in this tournament. And that's the
And
disappointment.
maybe Mbappe breaking his nose and wearing a mask has saved Deschamps. Maybe he has.
It's
Maybe
an
that,
excuse, an
yes,
excuse.
maybe that huge question mark
Yeah.
over the best player in the world.
It's masked his
that's a good
errors.
point.
Hey,
Yeah.
him having the best player in the world,
I'll tell you
having a
what,
disappointing tournament,
that really,
has saved the
that
job.
really deserves a
I think we
solid
should finish
kick
the show on that.
where the sun doesn't
That
shine.
was
No,
beautiful.
the only thing
Beautiful.
is we saw the difference.
Holy,
We played a friendly game against Germany. 4 months ago, I think, something like that. Just could say it, say to us.
We're outplayed.
We
March,
played at home in March.
Yeah.
They hammered us
Yes.
at home. And it showed how Germany came back to the job with Kroos coming back to that team and how bad we were. It should have been an alert of what Euro will be for France and encouraging, Germany in that matter. But we were nowhere near it, and like we did during this Euro.